Congress will announce its first list. We are being told that the Congress party is going to be holding a press conference very, very soon. Obviously, all eyes and ears will be on whether Rahul Gandhi will contest from Amethi. There's massive suspense regarding that. There's been a lot of talk by Congress leaders that Rahul Gandhi this time is going to contest from Amethi. What we can tell you, we already have some inside details that in all likelihood, however, the first list will flag the fact that Rahul Gandhi will be contesting from Wayanad in Kerala. And so will Shashi Tharoor. In fact, what we've also been told is that Kerala list, more or less, the Kerala candidate list more or less will be announced. The focus will be more on the south than on seats in the north. Why, viewers, of course, is $1 million question. One would have expected perhaps the Congress to have batted on the front foot and announced Rahul's candidature from Amethi, which would have actually suggested and signalled that the Congress was quite confident of its prospects. Let's go straight across to Pallavi Ghosh, who is the political editor of CNN News 18, a veteran. Pallavi, lovely to speak to you once again. What's the inside buzz that you're getting any moment now? Of course, the official announcement, but you already have some leads.
Well, anytime now, the press conference is going to begin right over here, the Congress headquarters. All eyes really on Kerala, because that's where Rahul Gandhi is a member of parliament from. So the important thing is that Rahul Gandhi is going to be contesting from Wayanad. That's very much going to be a part of the list. No other surprises there. But there's an interesting name which is there from Chhattisgarh, that's from Raigad area, which is Bhupesh Baghel. Now, the problem is that Congress party wants to contest on 275 seats because it claims that at least on these seats it's in a straight fight with the BJP, and therefore they should be contesting from here. But the bigger problem really, Rahul, is that Congress doesn't have those kind of leaders or candidates willing to contest. Now, Rahul Gandhi has been insisting that, high-profile leaders, those who may have been chief ministers at one point of time, they should take the plunge. Why do you shy away from a fight? But that is very difficult. So if Bhupesh Baghel names, officially named, figures in the list, which is going to be out anytime now, that is a cue that, other leaders will be expected to follow suit. But as of now, the big story, of course, is that Rahul Gandhi goes back to Wayanad once again, but leaving behind the larger question is that will he fight from Amethi against Smriti Irani?
Yeah, Pallavi Ghosh, that of course is the real question, isn't it? We were all expecting Rahul Gandhi to contest Wayanad because so far, even though the left has said that they are not going to abandon that seat and turn it into a contest, the Congress never said that they were going to sacrifice for their ally. So the question obviously is Rahul Gandhi going to obviously contest from Amethi or not? The pocket borough, many people believe, after a large number of Congress leaders have suggested that he might, that would be the first announcement that might be made. Pallavi.
Well, I mean, UP screening committee meeting still has to be taken, and it's not going to be an easy decision. It was once the pocket borough of Rahul Gandhi, definitely. I just happened to travel to Amethi a few days back. I've been following that constituency since 2004, Rahul. I've seen a huge turnaround which has taken place. The Bharat Jodo Nyaya Yatra certainly went through Amethi, but what was very clear is lack of a cadre, lack of an organization. And in that context, what do? You don't win elections without a party cadre. A demoralized cadre doesn't really help the cause of a party. So Amethi is not going to be a cakewalk. I would say it's a catch-22 situation for Rahul Gandhi. If he's expecting his party colleague to take the plunge, not to shy away from a fight, then the same principle and yardstick applies to him as well. Therefore, he cannot run away from Amethi. A loss second time over is not going to be an easy one, really. But yes, he's going to put up a fight against Smriti Irani in case he contests from Amethi, which leaves us with the larger question is, what about Raebareli? Will Priyanka Gandhi Vadra finally make her poll debut and contest from Raebareli, the seat vacated by her mother?
Absolutely. You're fundamentally right about that. What better way to signal to your cadre that you're ready for a fight, that you are ready to perhaps even turn the predictions that are being made about a rout on their head. Now, Pallavi Ghosh, I know that perhaps the committee for Uttar Pradesh hasn't really sat and deliberated, but Amethi and Raebareli are two seats that really need no deliberation, do they?
Absolutely, but you need courage to do that. I mean, it's not going to be an easy one. I mean, suppose for argument's sake, Raebareli Priyanka contests from, she has to ensure that she wins. It's going to be her first, first election that she's going to be contesting. A loss in Amethi and Raebareli is something which they just cannot afford. Very quickly, Rahul, in the last 5 years, Rahul Gandhi has been to Amethi only thrice. You saw Smriti Irani, who despite losing the last Lok Sabha election from there, the 2014 one, she kept on going there for 5 years. She's built a home in Amethi. The messaging is very significant. Ye mera ghar hai. I'm here to stay. How do you put up a battle against that? I mean, he went there for the Bharat Jodo Nyaya Yatra, but it was barely a couple of hours he spent in Amethi. You had Smriti Irani, the day her name was announced for 2024 from Amethi, she's been right over there. The organization is very strong. The BJP has a huge office over there. The Congress's leaders, the party workers have been quitting the party and joining the BJP. That's going to be one huge challenge. In Raebareli, however, in stark contrast, I think the Indira Gandhi legacy is pretty strong or could work in the favor of Priyanka Gandhi Vadra, because her favorite Bahu, Sonia Gandhi, won from there. And then Priyanka Gandhi Vadra, who's always been projected as the one who's carrying on the legacy of Indira Gandhi. But is that enough in politics, especially when the BJP is going to try and ensure that a big fight is put up against whoever's contesting from the Gandhi family from Raebareli?
Pallavi Ghosh, remember the BJP's first list spoke of its confidence as it led with the announcement that NDA's lead campaigner Narendra Modi will contest from only one seat, that of Varanasi. At least that's what we've learned. Those are pictures coming from the Congress office, the headquarters there, viewers. As of now, no one's really emerged to hold that press conference, but we're expecting that. So Pallavi, one side showing that they're going to lead from the front, they're confident. Modi back in Varanasi, Rahul Gandhi is still hedging his bets on Uttar Pradesh and Amethi and Raebareli.
Well, Wayanad is a very, very safe seat for the Congress party. As one senior Congress leader told me that, if we expect Rahul Gandhi to be, and he is going to be the star campaigner for the party and he's going to crisscross the country to campaign, then he needs to go in from a seat which he doesn't really have to work very hard, where he doesn't need to campaign much. In that sense, Wayanad, anyone stands for elections from the Congress party is going to be a very easy one. But, look at the irony of it. Pitted opposite Rahul Gandhi is going to be Annie, who's the wife of D. Raja. Now, D. Raja is one of the fulcrums of the India front. But given the kind of dichotomy or contradictory kind of an alliance where they are friends in Bengal, but they're deep opponents as far as Kerala is concerned, Rahul Gandhi, he will have to take on D. Raja's wife. Equally, she is going to be speaking very strongly against Rahul Gandhi as well. So why not for him is going to be most probably, according to Congress party, a complete cakewalk. So that's no challenge there. The challenge is really going to be either Amethi or Raebareli in case Rahul Gandhi and Priyanka Gandhi Vadra decide to fight from these two seats in UP.
Okay, let me bring in Aman also on this. Aman Sharma, who is of course our lead political commentator. Aman, wouldn't an announcement from the Congress fielding Rahul Gandhi from Amethi have sent a message to the rank and file, as Pallavi Ghosh just said, that the party is confident and battle ready?
Well, Rahul, definitely. See, Uttar Pradesh is the key state. With 80 seats, whoever wins Uttar Pradesh has a foothold into who will form the next government. So clearly, and if you see the BJP, Rahul, BJP has already declared 51 candidates in Uttar Pradesh. BJP plans to contest about 74 out of the 80 seats, leaving some seats for its smaller allies. Out of the 74 seats, BJP has already put out 51 candidates for UP. That shows the confidence of the party. On the other side, we do have some candidates declared by the Samajwadi Party, but nothing from the Congress so far, which is contesting as many as 17 seats in Uttar Pradesh. So clearly, Amethi, Raebareli are the, these two seats, the Gandhi family bastions. The Congress, if it has to really, walk the talk and show that it is serious about UP, Rahul Gandhi and Priyanka Gandhi need to fight from Amethi and Raebareli, especially after Sonia Gandhi is now not contesting from Raebareli. Will they actually take the plunge, the brother sister? Will they go to Amethi and Raebareli? Is the million-dollar question. But on the other side, the BJP looks very, very confident in Uttar Pradesh, of a big show, especially after the Yogi Adityanath government and the Pran Pratishtha of the Ram Temple. The sentiment BJP feels is totally in its favor, and that is why we are seeing that the Congress announcement about Amethi and Raebareli is going to be very, very significant. If it comes today, we don't know.
It's going to be largely a south focus today. That's what our sources are telling us. That's what Pallavi was telling us in the beginning of this show. Obviously, the south is where the Congress believes it has a greater chance of making an impact in this election. The north really at this moment not a place where the Congress has decided who is going to field from where. It's also a part of the country, Aman, where the Congress has not had much success, both the north and the east, in tying up with its allies. You've had Nitish walk out of the India Alliance, you've had RLD walk out, you've had, of course, the AAP that doesn't want to tie up in Punjab, you have in Bengal, of course, Mamata Banerjee on her own. So those seats are more tricky, I presume.
Absolutely, and Rahul, especially after the 3-state election loss, just a few months back, Chhattisgarh, Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan, that was a body blow to the Congress in the heartland. In UP, the parties didn't seem to have any, cadre strength or motivation going into the election. Same seems to be the case in Bihar. As you correctly say, West Bengal, the alliance is not happening with Mamata Banerjee. In Punjab, the alliance is not happening with Aam Aadmi Party. Congress has big share of troubles when it comes to...
So it appears to me, and let me bring in Pallavi, it appears to me that the seats where it believes it has a chance are the ones that are going to figure first in this list. Pallavi.
Yes, absolutely. And Kerala has been a strong state really for the Congress party. One of the maximum number of MPs of the Congress party in the last Lok Sabha actually came in from Kerala. And also I think they want to symbolically send out a message that we are beginning with Rahul Gandhi. So I think any time now that press conference is going to be beginning. Interestingly, is KC Venugopal. He's the organizational secretary. Till late last night, we were told that in the deliberations, his name was almost finalized. So let me see if his name also officially figures as contesting. Then very quickly, Rahul, that also would be a huge messaging. One of the confidants of Rahul Gandhi, the man who's always by his side, and someone who has been an MP for Malapur but lost the last time round, and that too to a left. If he decides to contest and his name figures in the list, again it reinforces and reiterates Rahul Gandhi's plea within the party that hum sabko ladna chahiye, we all should be fighting. All hands on board, all hands on deck, because this is going to be a do or die battle for the Congress party. So KC Venugopal's name is something I would certainly watch out for. I'm going to wait for the official list to be out anytime now. But yes, strategically, symbolically speaking, it is important that Rahul Gandhi's name figures first in the list which is out.
Well, viewers, we're going to track those developments and cut straight to that press conference, or get you at least updates from there once it begins. For the moment, viewers, let's focus a little bit on the BJP and the South. Again, all eyes on the South. The Prime Minister has made it clear that this time he expects the BJP not to just win, but win very big, as you know. In fact, in almost all his speeches in the run-up to the elections, the Prime Minister has set the BJP a target of 370 and the NDA a target of about 400 plus. For the BJP to win almost 67 seats, more than it did in 2019, it will have to perform. Let's not make any mistake here, of out of its skin really in the East and South. Remember the BJP, and I'll just show you those numbers, viewers. In the North, the BJP has an almost unsurpassable strike rate. Here, of the 225 seats, it won 203, which is a strike rate of 90%. Factoring in anti-incumbency, the BJP is likely to at best match the 2019 tally. If it goes beyond, it is safe to say that it will have set a record that will be hard to eclipse. In the West, Gujarat, it has won 100% contests against the Congress. There's no room to grow in Maharashtra. That has the second largest pie of seats in the Lok Sabha. The BJP is hoping to equal its performance of 2019. But the state with 48 seats is proving hard to call either way because of the plethora of twists and splits, viewers, in the opposition ranks, as well as, of course, the ferment in the NDA there also. In the East, the BJP has room to grow only in Bengal and Odisha. Most pollsters, however, say that the BJP's growth in these states will be at best incremental. I'm talking about the BJP per se, not the NDA. Not exponential for tactical reasons. The BJP has pulled its punches in Odisha against the Patnaik-led BJD and looks set to enter into an alliance. But in Bengal, the BJP will find it hard to beat Mamata's ground game. BJP diehards say, be prepared for a huge surprise in Bengal. But given that Mamata is no pushover, as the assembly election result proved, the going will be very tough. And that's why, if the PM's 370 prediction is to come true, all analysts are looking closely at the BJP's prospects in the South. The South has 129 seats across 6 states. Of these 129, the BJP has only won 29 in 2019. 25 of those came from Karnataka alone. Karnataka In BJP's law has always been known as its gateway to the south, but given the drubbing it received in 2023 assembly elections, the BJP has a lot of ground to regain against the Congress. But the Congress has scored recently some avoidable self-goals, viewers. Can a BJP that has leadership issues at the state level and a baggage, forgettable stint at the state level take advantage? Can an opportunistic alliance with the JDS take it closer to bagging the 25 seats it won the last time? Will Modi on the ticket be the differentiator like it was the last time? That is the fundamental question. Let's pose these questions now to Tejasvi Surya. Viewers, we are now joined by one of the BJP's brightest sparks in its ranks, the next gen ranks. He's also a leader of the party at the youth level. And of course, he's a member of the Lok Sabha from Bengaluru South. His name is Tejasvi Surya. In fact, he needs no introduction. We will ask him why, despite the BJP's lackluster performance at the state level, the party will perform as well as it did in 2019 in Karnataka, because that's really the expectation that the leadership has of the Bharatiya Janata Party, that will at least do, if not as well, then better than its 2019 showing. And who better to speak to about the BJP's prospects than one of their most well-known and perhaps best established leaders now in Karnataka. Tejasvi Surya, thank you very much. Straight off question to you. How do you see the BJP's prospects in Karnataka? It's the gateway to the south. We know that the Prime Minister wants the BJP to get 370, and obviously the south will play a critical role. And your state, where the BJP has 25 MPs from, will play a critical part in that numbers calculation or matrix.
Absolutely, Rahul. Good evening. Karnataka has and Karnataka will play a very important role in the BJP's Mission 370 plus that the Prime Minister has set for all of us. The Vidhan Sabha elections are fought on a different narrative, different set of leaders, the issues are different, and the voters approach the Vidhan Sabha elections with a different mindset. The collective intelligence of the Indian electorate is unmatched. So they are very clear about the distinctions between leaders, narratives, issues, and the impact between Vidhan Sabha elections and the general elections. So the people of Karnataka, I can tell you with a lot of conviction, after having traveled the state, after having interacted with our cadre, after having moved across the state and interacted with various sections of people, they are waiting for the general elections to go and repose their faith in the Prime Minister once again. Rahul, the last 5 years, rather the last 10 years of Modi rule has seen massive development in Karnataka across all spheres. From infrastructure to education to our doubling of our airports to the modernization of our rail facilities to smart city mission, which has in fact given a fillip to the city's infrastructure, whether it is in Bengaluru, Mangaluru, Belagavi, Davangere, Hubli, Dharwad, or the social sector schemes, whether it is the Jandhan mission, the Jal Jeevan mission, the Ujjwala mission, and in urban constituencies like mine, Jan Aushadhi Kendras, the Swanidhi street vendor loans. So all of these have kind of, buttressed the Prime Minister's support in the constituency and in the state. And I can, with a lot of conviction, tell you that we will not only be retaining the seats that we have already won, we will only be doing better.
We'll only be doing better. That's a very, very optimistic first statement, first remark from Tejasvi Surya. Let me ask you this, Tejasvi Surya. Why then did you feel the need to tie up with the JDS, a party that many people, including some of your own leaders, have said is ranks are swollen with the corrupt? In fact, if I just take over some of the sound bites that you yourself have made about the JDS, I don't think I need to repeat them. Why would you need the JDS then?
Rahul, the biggest enemy, the political opponent for us whether it is in India or whether it is in Karnataka, is the Congress party. Therefore, it is natural that all energy, all resources, all political parties that agree to come with us to defeat the Congress come together and support this mission. Because the Congress party, both here in Karnataka as well as across the nation, has been the biggest detriment for the country's progress. In the last 7 to 8 months, ever since the Congress party has taken over in Karnataka, the headlines are of electricity crisis, worsening drinking water crisis in Bengaluru, a bomb blast for the first time in almost a decade in a city like Bengaluru, Pakistani slogans raised after the Congress party's victory, large machetes and communally provoking sloganeering done by religious radical groups in different parts of the state. Karnataka, which was a budget surplus state, is now reeling under huge debts. We are irresponsibly crossing the FRBM Act limits. The state is being pushed towards bankruptcy. Investments have decreased. The dole-based developmental model the Congress and Siddaramaiah has set up has left no money by their own admission. The Congress's own admission has left no money for developmental work in the state. So the JDS has also come and joined hands with us because they want to, in the larger picture, defeat the Congress party in the best interests of the state. Because the Congress is the biggest political opponent, the Congress is also the biggest detriment to the state's and the nation's development. It is in this context that the alliance is important.
So are you saying that you are drinking the wish only to defeat the Congress, which is a larger problem? Is that what you're saying?
You are paraphrasing and putting words in my mouth which I have not said. I would only say that we need all energy. We need every ounce of energy, we need every resource available, every kind of support that is necessary, political, to defeat the Congress party. And we are happy that the JDS has realized that the Congress is the biggest obstacle, the biggest detriment to the people of Karnataka in their quest for progress. And the JDS has realized that the only way that the country can progress is under the leadership of the Prime Minister.
But does this
so
also
when
mean
political parties
Mr. Surya,
understand the impact of the Prime Minister, the leadership of the Prime Minister are coming to support us, then as a political party we must be welcoming and opening doors for every political party, every political leader. If they are coming to under the umbrella of the Prime Minister's leadership.
Okay, some people say that is opportunism of the worst kind, and you know that the Congress has said that about several leaders who have joined the BJP in the course of the run-up to the Lok Sabha election, some of them that were deemed corrupt by the BJP itself. But I want to ask you, and this is an assurance that you must give to the people of Bengaluru and of course Karnataka, that look, if there are corruption cases that have sort of been talked about, the Lokayukta is investigating certain cases, against JDS leaders, they will not be put on the back burner, that some washing machine will not be operating in the back.
Rahul, the Prime Minister's commitment to clean politics, transparent politics and systems with integrity is beyond reproach. One of the characteristic features of the Narendra Modi government over the last 10 years has been corruption-free government at the highest levels in the country, and also a concerted war on corruption all across the country, especially with people with tainted pasts. So this is a war on corruption that will continue, not just against leaders in the opposition or in certain states, but this is a war on corruption per se all across the country. So if any leader who is tainted or otherwise, who is with the BJP or otherwise, who is with our alliance or otherwise, they will have no space in the BJP, nor will they have any space in the larger scheme of things of the Prime Minister's vision for the country. This is the commitment that the Prime Minister himself has repeatedly given to the people of this country.
A Modi
which is
guarantee.
Why he is literally worshipped by. Absolutely.
Absolutely. So that's the Modi guarantee will apply even to those that might be corrupt in your own ranks or perhaps in the ranks of your allies that you have perhaps leaned on to try and get close to that 400 is bar 400 par mark. Okay, fair enough. Let me just broaden this out, because you referred to the fact that the Congress is breaking the bank, promising all sorts of irresponsible welfare measures which it cannot fund. But the Congress says that, look, we don't get funds from the centre, and they've made this allegation. The Chief Minister himself has made the allegation, come to Delhi, etc. You know the story. How do you respond to that?
Rahul, this allegation comes in a particular context. And the context is that the Congress party realized after coming to elections that before elections they had made certain irresponsible promises which they cannot fulfill. And the only way to fund them is by creating this drama, or at least a chimera has to be made in front of the people of Karnataka that they are making this attempt, and Modi is stopping the delivery of promises. Let us take two very telling statements. Right after getting elected and realizing that the promises made are irresponsible and impractical, the Deputy Chief Minister said that we will need about 40,000 crore rupees to fulfill these promises, and he told his own party MLAs, widely reported in the media, that this year they do not have funds for development. A few weeks thereafter, the Chief Minister's economic advisor, Basavaraj Rai Reddy, increases the figure from 40,000 to 58,000 crore rupees and says the state government has no funds to deliver on these guarantees. It is thereafter that the Chief Minister decides to conduct this drama in Delhi that Karnataka is being neglected and denied funds. Let me point a factual position on this subject. The 10 years under the UPA government, from 2004 to 2014, Rahul, Karnataka received a total of 88,728 crore rupees. This was what we had collectively got. And under the Modi government, we have got 2,86,000 crore rupees, a nearly 246% increase. Why is the Chief Minister not responding to this factual position? The tax devolution has increased multifold. The devolution of central share of the centrally sponsored schemes money has increased multifold. The GST compensation has always been given in advance. In fact, Karnataka is one of those only states where there are no dues. And more than 10 lakh crore rupees of infrastructure work, whether it is railways, whether it is highways, whether it is airport construction, is being done in Karnataka. From Vande Bharat trains to doubling of our airports, to AIIMS, to IIT, to Triple IT, to giving 48,000 crores to HAL in Bengaluru, to sanctioning more than 100 kilometers of metro rail in Bengaluru, to suburban rail, expressways, Chennai-Mysore Expressway, Chennai-Bangalore Expressway, Bangalore-Mysore Expressway. All of these infrastructure projects the central government, Modi government has given to Karnataka. So, the allegation that Karnataka is being unfairly treated in terms of devolution of funds is not only factually wrong, but it is also mischievous and, dare I say, dangerous and divisive, because Congress's sitting MP D.K. Suresh, taking this argument forward, even claimed for a separate southern nation. So this is the context in which this allegation must be seen. It's a political argument and nothing else.
Okay, political argument. You just referred to Mr. Suresh saying that he was championing a divisive argument. So I just want to ask you this, because the Congress constantly says that the people who divide in the name of religion, etc., are the BJP, and that is one of the reasons why the state rejected them and their politics in the assembly election last year. How do you respond to this charge that the Congress has made repeatedly against you?
Rahul, any lay student of Indian history will very categorically tell you that the party that divided the country was the Congress party. They literally made India into two pieces. They are the original party that sanctioned and presided over the vivisection of the country. And the last 70 years of the Congress party's politics has always been an effort to pit one against the other, either in terms of religion, regionalism, language, caste. When has the Congress party ever treated India as one single unity, as one integral unit? If the Congress party abhors attempts at divisiveness and secessionism,
you can give English, Hindi. फीडबैक देने के लिए आपका
अभी आपके सामने केसी वेणुगोपाल जी ने 39 लोगों की कांग्रेस के उम्मीदवारों की लिस्ट की घोषणा करी है। जैसे इन्होंने कहा, मैं दोहराना चाहता हूं कि 39 में से 14 जनरल हैं और 15 जनरल हैं और 24 इसके अंदर एससी, एसटी, ओबीसी और माइनॉरिटीज हैं। और इस लिस्ट के अंदर पूर्व कांग्रेस अध्यक्ष राहुल गांधी जी हैं, पूर्व मुख्यमंत्री भूपेश बघेल जी हैं, सीडब्ल्यूसी के पूर्व हमारे सदस्य ताम्रध्वज साहू जी भी हैं, केसी वेणुगोपाल जी भी हैं। तो ये लिस्ट जो है एक मिश्रण है अनुभवी कांग्रेस के वरिष्ठ नेताओं की, युवाओं की, संगठन के अंदर जो एनएसयूआई यूथ कांग्रेस से निकल करके आए हैं उन लोगों की, और जमीन से जुड़े हुए नेताओं की। और हमें पूरी उम्मीद है कि कांग्रेस पार्टी जिस प्रकार की गारंटी की घोषणा लोगों के पसंद के हिसाब से हम लोग कर रहे हैं, हमारे कैंडिडेट्स सक्षम हैं कि इन गारंटीज को राहुल गांधी जी के नेतृत्व में, खड़गे जी के नेतृत्व में आगे पूर्ण करें। अभी 3 न्याय की मुख्यतः बात करी है, किसान न्याय, हिस्सेदारी न्याय और युवा न्याय। युवा न्याय को 5 अलग अलग वर्गों के अंदर भरोसे के तौर के ऊपर कहा गया है। भर्ती का भरोसा कि 30 लाख नौकरियां सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट के अंदर हम लोग करेंगे, देंगे। एक पब्लिश्ड जॉब कैलेंडर के अनुसार एक कैलेंडर बनाया जाएगा और उसी के आधार के ऊपर 30 लाख नौकरियां, सरकारी नौकरियां हमारी सरकार में आते ही हम लोग देंगे। पहली नौकरी पक्की, अप्रेंटिसशिप के लिए एक कानून मनरेगा के तौर के ऊपर बनाया जाएगा। इस बात का भी भरोसा कांग्रेस पार्टी देती है। पेपर लीक से मुक्ति, इस बात का भी भरोसा कांग्रेस पार्टी देती है। गिग इकोनॉमी को सामाजिक सुरक्षा दी जाए, जो कि आजकल एकदम से नहीं है, नहीं के बराबर है। कानूनन इनको सामाजिक सुरक्षा दी जाए, इस चीज की भी गारंटी। और युवा रोशनी के लिए कांग्रेस 5000 करोड़ का कॉर्पस बनाएगी ताकि पूरे देश भर में युवाओं का देखभाल किया जा सके। तो मैं समझता हूं कि ये पहली लिस्ट अच्छी लिस्ट है। आप सब लोगों को शिवरात्रि के उपलक्ष्य में
Let's go straight across to Pallavi for more on that. Break it down for us, Pallavi.
Well, I mean, no, as we were talking about, now not too many surprises, but the names of 2 people who've been announced is an indication that the Congress party, or rather Rahul Gandhi, I would say, has also had his little way finally, which is the senior leaders are going to be taking the poll plunge. Bhupesh Baghel, former chief minister, is going to be contesting from Chhattisgarh. KC Venugopal, you're seeing him up on the stage also, closest confidant of Rahul Gandhi. He was general secretary in charge of the organization. He's also been a member of parliament from Alapua, but last time round he he didn't contest, but this time round he will be contesting. Also very interesting is that of the names which have been announced, 24 of them, and this is something which the Congress party has stressed on, are from the OBC, SC, SC and the minority community. Remember, one of the fulcrums of the Congress's manifesto is going to be what they're calling the caste census. Wherever Rahul Gandhi goes, he keeps on talking about the fact that how many OBCs have got their representation. They've tried to walk the talk, but not completely yet. We'll have to wait to see for the other list to come out, how many of them will be accommodated. And of course, no surprises here. Rahul Gandhi contesting from Wayanad, Shashi Tharoor, fourth time round from Thiruvananthapuram.
That's right, and he's going to go up against, of course, Rajiv Chandrasekhar. Is that going to be a contest that is going to go down to the wire, Pallavi? What are you picking up?
Well, when I had spoken with Shashi Tharoor a few days back, he had told us in an interview that I'm going to be contesting the fourth time round, and people tend to get tired with a familiar face which has been around for a very, very long time. But it certainly has been a very long journey for him, Rahul. When he first took the poll plunge 2004, many within the Congress party and many of them continue to think of him so, especially in Kerala, as an outsider who had no earlier experience as far as politics was concerned. He was associated with the UN, and how would he understand the nitty-gritty heat and dust and take the left on? But three times round, he has proved himself, but he's always been a bit of a maverick, you know. I mean, he is very open about his praise of the Prime Minister and his government on key issues. In fact, the Prime Minister had also announced him as a brand ambassador of Swachh Bharat Abhiyan. On the Hindutva agenda, he's been on that page. And of course, who can forget the fact that he actually contested the elections of the Congress president against Mallikarjun Kharge, got 1032 votes. Not a bad performance, but he also earned a lot of enemies from the Congress party. They don't like this kind of a contest to take place. And a fourth time round is not going to be an easy battle for him. Anti-incumbency, Rajiv Chandrasekhar again, very suave, very savvy. And the BJP has made it very clear that it's not going to be a cakewalk for Shashi Tharoor.
It's not going to be a cakewalk for Shashi Tharoor. Venugopal also makes a presence in that particular list, and so does the former Chief Minister of Chhattisgarh, Mr. Baghel. What do you make of this?
Well, I mean, you know, we've been talking and reporting about this. The Congress's argument, and this is something which they have been speaking about even during the seat sharing talks with the rest of the India front, is that at least on 275 seats, they are on a straight fight with the BJP. The Congress claims, Rahul, that unlike the other parties like the TMC or the SP, Congress alone is capable of taking on the BJP in a straight fight in a large number of states, and therefore they should be given the lion's share. But the problem was that of those 275, how many of them are winnable? This is something which the TMC and other parties are certainly going to be watching out for and dissected once the results are out. How many of them the Congress party is capable of? Well, the Congress's calculation is that high-profile leaders, those who people are aware of, who've got a ground support, former chief ministers, they should take the plunge. We've seen Bhupesh Baghel's name has now been announced officially. I'm going to be watching out for the next few lists because Delhi, of course, also Rajasthan, that's also one discussion which is going to take place. Will Ashok Gehlot contest from there? So far, his son is likely to contest. Jalore is a constituency he's looking at, not Jodhpur, where he lost out from. 0 seats the Congress party got in Rajasthan the last time round. Congress hopes to do well. Sachin Pilot, will he actually contest the elections? He's been made in charge of Chhattisgarh. These are going to be very interesting issues which are to be watching out for.
Talk to Anand. Okay, let me also go across to Aman Sharma to put more perspective on this. Aman, of course, we were talking before the press conference that there is an outside possibility that maybe the Congress party would take the plunge and announce at least the 2 seats in its first list from Uttar Pradesh, as well as, of course, the most anticipated ones, Amethi and Raebareli, and perhaps even field the 2 Gandhis, as that would have sent out some sort of a signal, but they don't seem to have done that.
Yes, Rahul, they haven't done that. It looks like a very safe list to me. You know, just 39 candidates when you compare it to the BJP's first list of 195 candidates released a few days back. So So I was speaking to a BJP leader just on the Congress list, and he told me that, we released 5 times the number of candidates of the Congress which it has released today. Much predictable list, Rahul Gandhi from Wayanad, Shashi Tharoor from his seat. Of course, the surprise that KC Venugopal himself will contest. He was the MP in 2014 from this very seat, from where he's contesting now. 2019 he chose not to contest, and Congress lost that seat. So KC Venugopal is also contesting. Another surprise, Bhupesh Baghel, the former Chief Minister of Chhattisgarh, going to contest the Lok Sabha election from Rajnandangaon. But not many surprises. These are states which are, where Congress has been doing well, be it Kerala, even Chhattisgarh. These are states where Congress is, in a way, the ground is, the ground cadre is there, the organization is strong. The real challenge will come, I think, in the next list. UP, Bihar, West Bengal, Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh. These are the states where the Congress is facing the real challenge. If it has to pose a fight to the BJP in 2024, it has to put up a strong show here. And especially Uttar Pradesh, will the Gandhis take the plunge in Amethi and Raebareli? Rahul Gandhi and Priyanka Gandhi, will they contest from these 2 seats? Or are the Gandhis planning to leave these seats? That I think will be
That's a very interesting one. Are they planning to leave these seats? Let me bring in Pallavi again. What's happening here, Pallavi? One would have thought that the Congress would have stuck their neck out. It would have sent such a rousing signal to the rank and file had Rahul Gandhi been projected from Amethi along with his sister from Raebareli.
I think there's a reason why the Congress party decided to announce and discuss Kerala and Karnataka first, because I think the Congress also wanted to send out a message down south, and I know there's been a lot of criticism of the Congress party as being more of a south-based party. The messaging that they want to send out is that Rahul Gandhi is not going to be abandoning south, he's going to stay on to Kerala. I mean, if you look at the last Lok Sabha election results, maximum of the seats for the Congress party actually came in from down south, which is Kerala, which is Karnataka and so on. Also, the Congress knows that, if you look at the northern belt, if you look at Bihar, UP, Madhya Pradesh, which is the Hindi heartland belt, its performance is going to be extremely poor. It doesn't just have it in them as far as the organization or the performance is concerned. The calculation within the Congress party, Rahul, is that what we don't get in the north, we're going to try and compensate for in the south, because south is where the BJP is also very weak. I don't think the Congress party is taking mission south of the BJP too seriously, and that's the reason why the Congress wants to begin from the south with the first list, and also mentioned Rahul Gandhi to placate all those naysayers within the Congress party who actually thought that it's quite possible that Rahul Gandhi this time will either switch his constituency and not contest from Wayanad. So that's a big messaging which the Congress party certainly wants to send out to its southern allies, to the south of India, that he's very much going to be a south MP. That's it. But yes, the next big challenge is when they start discussing other states where the Congress is not in a very strong position. Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, Bihar, UP for that matter.
Yes, absolutely. Of course, the first challenge is to take on their own partners, the left in Kerala. 15 seats, the names have been announced. The Congress had won 15 last time, leaving some for their allies, but their challenge is not the BJP in Kerala, unfortunately, right now. It's their own ally, the left. We'll take a short break, viewers. When we return, lots more coming out of Karnataka. Don't go away.
Spectrum to this and just layer this conversation a little bit. A few days ago, I spoke with, I don't know if you guys know this woman called, her name is Yashoda, but she goes by the name of Dehati Madam. Okay, she's fabulous. I loved opening my show with her, and she was really great. I'm going to request my producers to bring out that bite. I'm going to request my producers over there to bring out that bite. And I asked her that, aapne ye kab, and you must listen to her answer, because I asked her that, aapne kab ghar walon ko bataya? Because she learned English on YouTube and now she teaches other women and other girls, etc. Listen to what she said.
पहले तो मैंने घर वालों को बताया नहीं था. जब मेरी फर्स्ट सैलरी आई थी मैंने उनको तभी बताया था कि हाँ भाई मैं ऐसा कुछ कर भी रही हूँ. अदरवाइज उस टाइम तो मेरा शेड्यूल था रात के 2:30 बजे 3:30 बजे उठने का. देन उस टाइप पे जो भी करना था करती थी. दिन के टाइम तो नहीं, बट अभी है, अभी दिन के टाइम सभी लोगों को सपोर्ट है. कहते हैं आपको जो करना है करो, कोई आपको रोकने वाला नहीं है. बट हाँ, जो घर की जिम्मेवारियां हैं वो तो उठानी है. अलॉन्ग विद दैट ये भी आप कंटिन्यू रखो, कोई रोकने वाला नहीं है.
क्या बात है. तो पहले छुप छुप के करते थे और अब जब सबने प्रेस करना शुरू कर दिया है तो अब आप सबको बता सकते हैं और प्राउडली बता सकते हैं कि आप क्या करते हैं. So that's what I'm saying. So she says that पहले छुप छुप के करना पड़ता था, रात के 2 बजे उठ के she was studying on YouTube. Can you imagine? And then when she got her first salary, then she said, "I've earned it." Now everybody's saying, "Do more." So that's why I said it keeps circling back to financial independence, and that is the key. And like Malishka rightly said, that it's, and actually Meghna said that it's not just about earning the money; it's knowing how to invest,
and save and
spend on LV bags or whatever. You have a new brand ambassador. You need to tell people if you're asking, if you're watching, please. And she will not come for free. She will not come for free. Okay, she'll tell a story, and you better pay her what she deserves. But on that note, I want to turn the conversation a little bit, and I want to talk about men in our lives, right? I want to understand from you, when did you ever have to ask for, or did you ever have the courage to ask for more money, and what happened then? I would have said salary increment, but then I realized in your thing, I mean, you're your own boss. You're your own boss.
Yeah.
But how do you negotiate? Because I find that very hard for women to do.
You know, I just ask. I just ask. I also have, and I'm jokingly saying that I have a inflated sense of self-importance of the level of talent that I bring to the table, of the intellect and the value that or the entertainment that I bring to the places that I enter for that purpose. And so I ask. I'm very shameless. I get turned down a lot, but I just ask. Because you know what, पूछने के पैसे नहीं जाते.
So now I want to tell you at the end of this, she's going to come to you.
Oh God. My QR code be like so.
No budget, please, madam, please be
but
kind.
I always ask, and I think that in the current world that we live in, everyone actually starts at 20% more than what they actually think they deserve, and then they expect people to negotiate. Oh, sorry, ladies. Everyone starts at 20% additional of what they deserve, and then they expect you to negotiate, or they expect to come back to you and be like, "Oh, we'll give you a number lesser than this."
Yeah.
Then you come back to them and you say,
You must be going through this. You always expect women to do everything for free for some reason.
so,
They will not
you
ask a
know,
man.
there's a lot, and in fact, ironically enough, on Women's Day, there's a lot of, they'll be like, "Oh my God, so it's Women's Day, huge fan, love your comedy, you're the best." And I'm like, "Stop it, I agree." And then they'll be like, "Oh, but also..."
Viewers, India has been wowed by the resilience of Bengaluru and its brave citizens. Today, earlier this evening, in a show of defiance and resilience, the Rameshwaram Cafe opened its shutters. And from the pictures, and you can see them to the left of your screens, one can't help but salute the never say die spirit of the city's residents, who have signaled that it will take more than a wanton act of cowardice to break them. Just a week ago, this iconic cafe had been nearly torn asunder by an act of diabolism. An IED blast triggered by an individual who remains free endangered the lives of several customers. Only Providence saved these unsuspecting patrons of the cafe from certain death. Had the IED not been placed beside a wall near the washstand, the shrapnel would have spread horizontally, causing incalculable mayhem. Now the NIA has arrested 4 people. The lens is on the ISIS, and questions now are being asked. And fundamentally, viewers, one of them is Karnataka's radicalism reality out of the bag? Is it now undeniable? Let's go straight across to Dr. Anand Ranganathan for his take on this. Dr. Ranganathan, look, I know that it's a bit of a taboo to talk in terms of Islamist terror in Karnataka these days because of the sensitivities of some people. But the fundamental point here is that all leads seem to be pointing in that direction. What does this suggest to you?
Indeed, Rahul, good evening. Look, first of all, I congratulate our intelligence agencies and Bengaluru police for the progress they have made in the Rameshwaram Cafe blast case. Hopefully, the monster who perpetrated this heinous crime would be caught. But unfortunately, as the saying goes, Rahul, the security agencies have to be right every time. The terrorist only once. And in this case, sadly, the terrorist was successful. But Rahul, the fact remains that because of political expediency or vote bank or appeasement or the fear of being branded Islamophobic, we have traditionally been soft on terror. There are umpteen examples of this. It took 8 years even for the present government, central government, to ban the PFI in spite of documented proof that the PFI was neck deep in acts of terror, bomb making, training camps, political murders linked with Al-Qaeda. Remember the recent release of the Coimbatore bombers despite the refusal of the Supreme Court to give them bail. And the release was trumpeted by the DMK government as an example of being concerned about the minorities. Can you imagine? And this softness, sadly, is true especially for the Congress. Do they have the guts to say right now, terrorism has a religion? Kashmir is a living example of this. They might even certify that the slogan shouted on the night of January 19, 1990 from the top of mosques, Ralif, Salif, Ghalib, dead to kafirs, Pandit, leave your women behind, convert, run or die, Nizam-e-Mustafa, has nothing to do with religion. Air Chief Dhanoa Rahul is on record saying that the Indian Air Force wanted to bomb terror hideouts in Pakistan in the wake of 26/11, but was miserably, forbidden to do so by Manmohan Singh. India rewarding Pakistan for their 2008 attack on our embassy in Kabul by capitulating in the Sharm el-Sheikh declaration. Tens of thousands attending the funeral of terrorists Yaqub Memon and Burhan Wani. The mainstreaming of PFI by being awarded by vice presidents. Sonia Gandhi crying tears of sorrow after the Batla House encounter. Terrorist Yasin Malik celebrated by India's Prime Minister. I can go on and on. And let us be clear on one thing. Poverty or illiteracy have got nothing to do with fundamentalism. Fundamentals have. You can be educated and still blow up the World Trade Center or charge at the Gorakhnath temple shouting Allahu Akbar. Please understand, there is nothing called radicalization or radical Islam, but our politicians don't have the courage to admit this. On the other hand, they have ample courage to brand Hinduism as a terrorist religion, to hail Aurangzeb who killed 4.6 million Hindus, to coin the phrase saffron terror. Rahul, just 30 seconds. In an age where Pakistan Zindabad miraculously turns into Naseem Sahib and IED turns into gas cylinder, in a way, I am relieved that the bomber was caught entering and praying at a mosque after he planted the bomb, because otherwise our fact checkers and media houses would have claimed that he was wearing the Hindu sacred thread Kalava, so that our politicians could then have branded the entire act as perpetrated by the Hindus or as an RSS conspiracy, exactly what they did in the wake of 26/11.
But Dr. Ranganathan, of course, there has been a problem in Karnataka with radicals. And I'm not just talking about Islamist radicals, this might be linked to them. But in the past, we've had the Hindu hard right attacking and killing a journalist. We've had other attacks by the Hindu hard right. They've also come out and said some very explosively communal statements have been issued by some of them. So there is this history, and it sort of plays out on both sides, doesn't it, in Karnataka?
Well, about the Hindu hard right or hardliners killing the journalists, I think that case is still going on. The convictions have not been done, so we cannot comment on that fact. Be that as it may, you're right that every political party at the altar of political expediency or vote banks does this. But you have to admit that there is no single instance, at least in Karnataka or any other place in recent memory, that is comparable to what has been happening as far as Islamic fundamentalism is concerned. So we have to be very honest about it.
Okay, and well, let's hope that this particular incident wakes us up to a very troubled problem, or at least a critical problem, rather. We'll take a very short break, viewers. We'll be right back. Thank you, Dr. Ranganathan. Thank you very much. We'll be right back, viewers, with more.
Co-powered by.
This is a not-for-profit.
Yes.
And we give you visibility. And I'm like, I am for-profit. I run a charity. Me. I'm grateful. I would like to be compensated adequately. And I do think that I, in fact, do more than my share of pro bono work. I'm almost like 4 times a month, I'll go out to a school or I'll go out to places where, I feel like they'll be like, oh, can you share your story? Can you come and do your comedy? So I do that enough. But I also then ask.
I agree with you. And I think this is where a bit of a highlight for India is happening. So we looked at statistics that came from WHO, UN, and all these these numbers sort of tell a very beautiful story. They talk about how women find it very hard to ask for an increment. But in India, that number is slightly sort of turning the curve, and Indian women are above the curve compared to the world, which is great, which is really nice.
Go man, ladies.
But do they actually get more by asking? I'm not so sure if that statistic has sort of come out just yet, which is what we should ask for.
You know, may I add to that? So I have realized that whenever I'm hiring women, I delight in the fact that when they're like, that's my price, I'm like, yes. Because they're almost always shocked. They're like, what? I'm like, yeah, just let's do it at that rate. I do think that actually there is a penalty for asking. There is a penalty, and I also do think that the lines of who asks for more as Indian women is also divided along caste and class. That when it's easier for me to ask because I have like lesser to lose. You know what I'm saying? My rent is covered. I can eat. I can, I have enough money for my 2 dogs. But I do think that there is a penalty for asking. That I think the world loves penalizing confident women. She thinks too much of herself and
she's too happy.
Tanvi, is that the case in your journey so far? Do you find it hard? Or there's this, we're all getting sensitizing ourselves to body positivity, right? We're all learning to embrace our body, me included. After my child, I had such a tough time to sort of just look at myself and smile. I had a really hard time, but we're all getting there thanks to women like you. So I just really want to say that everything that, like I said, representation is everything, right? But how does it work in your industry where it's largely led by women, but do you ask for raise? Are there some tricks, some tips you can share?
So we are also freelancers, right? But we have a different set of issues. So in our industry, it is largely led by women, straight-sized women. So that's a different issue altogether. So we, fat creators, really get underpaid. Like the same work that I'm doing, and probably some straight-sized creator who has lesser followers. That counts in our industry, the number. So who has lesser followers, who probably won't give the kind of quality that I will give, who probably won't give the kind of message that I will give, will still get paid much more than me. And initially though, for the first 5-6 years, fat creators weren't getting paid only. So we've just begun getting paid.
Oh, meaning you were told that it's such a privilege that you get to share
experience.
The stage.
You're getting to work with this brand.
We hear that word.
You're getting to work with this brand. You're getting to learn so much. I'm like, I've learned. I know how to create content. You need to pay me. So it wasn't working, and then eventually I would lose out on that job. So then I had to sort of, this was my journey where I had to do work for like 5-6 years without getting paid.
Yeah, it's a gradual, it's a gradual curve and it's a journey over there.
You know, my favorite is the when they're like, you'll get exposure. I'm like, मैं exposure को चावल में मिला के खा नहीं सकती, तो मेरे को पैसे.
Viewers, a very quick update coming in on a case that the Congress party has been fighting. Viewers, the party's run of bad luck with the income tax authorities seems to be continuing. If it has not got any relief in the Herald House matter, then it was delivered another blow today. The Income Tax Appellate Tribunal has dismissed the plea moved by the Congress party, which sought a stay against Income Tax Department proceedings of recovery and freezing of bank accounts. Remember, viewers, that the income tax authorities pulled out some money from the Congress banks. Senior advocate Vivek Tanka, who appeared for the Congress, requested the tribunal to keep the order in abeyance for about 10 days so that the party can approach the High Court. However, the bench declined the same, saying that it no such provisions and is not empowered to pass such orders. The stay application pertained to the IT department's demand of 210 crores that was raised in connection with the income tax returns dating back 5 years, 2018 to 2019. The Congress had contended that a lien on the bank accounts or assets held as collateral for the payment of a debt amounted to crippling the political party financially on the eve of upcoming general elections. In February, the IT department argued that the Congress had a corpus of 657 crore and the demand would not affect the party's activities in the upcoming elections. Viewers, this is really what is the problem now for the Congress party. More breaking news coming in Just a few moments back, the Congress announced its first list of about 39, and Rahul Gandhi's name from Amethi has now found mention. He is going to be contesting from Wayanad. The Bharatiya Janata Party has hit out at the Congress, saying that Rahul Gandhi is spooked. He's running away from the Gandhi bastion. Viewers, big breaking news. This is going to become a big story as it goes forward, because obviously the BJP will say that Rahul Gandhi and the Congress party have dumped Amethi because they're not quite certain of their prospects overall in the general election. Otherwise, they would have led from the front. I leave it at that, viewers. The Right Stand with Anand Narasimhan coming right up.
Namaste, Jai Hind, and welcome to this edition of The Right Stand. Mahashivratri coincides with the International Women's Day, ladies and gentlemen, and on Women's Day, the Modi government has slashed the LPG cylinder prices by 100 rupees. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has said that reduction in domestic LPG will significantly ease the financial burden on millions of households across the country, especially benefiting Nari Shakti. Prime Minister Modi presented the National Creators Award. Meanwhile, the award encompasses 20 categories and aims to honor excellence and influence across various fields such as storytelling, environmental sustainability, education and gaming. PM Modi